Let's be real, the main reason that I love Spirit Airlines is the price. Bottom line, like you're not gonna find a cheaper deal, maybe with Frontier, but most of the time Spirit is always going to win. In today's video, I am talking about Spirit. I still love them even in 2024. So I divided this up so you could kind of bounce around. So I'm going to first start off with how it is during booking process. Then I'm gonna show you how to avoid all the hidden fees. And then I'll tell you about anything that you might get surprised with during the check-in process, and then you'll be able to see what the inside of a Spirit plane looks like also, because I show you that as well. I think they're the best budget option out there. Yes, I said the best. Even though everybody hates on Spirit, I'm going to tell you why you should love Spirit and how you can avoid paying all those additional fees that everybody complains about, because it's really easy to avoid them. You just have to follow my directions. When you go to book online, you'll be able to see that you can either do points here, you could do points plus cash, or you can pay in dollars. So their point system here is amazing. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, this is real. You can get a flight one way for 2,500 points, or you could just get a flight for like $40 or $25. And just to prove to you that I'm not making this up, let me show you an example. So as you can see here, I just put in a random date, and if you use this little slider at the top, you can slide back and forth, and it shows you the difference in price between the different days. You can also do the same thing when it comes to points once you've accrued some different points. And the thing to keep in mind is you do pay for both directions. So even though it says 27 here, you still need the trip back. So you're still staying at a really cheap price, but just remember you're purchasing two flights, one to get there and one to come back. And that goes for the same for the points as well. Now, this is the part where everybody says, it's too good to be true. That's so cheap. How can it be so cheap? I don't know how it can be so cheap, but that's how cheap it is. It's not until you start adding bags and different things like that where it starts to really add up. But 76 compared to the 350 we saw earlier in the video is like a huge difference. And remember, when you sign up for their rewards program, this is different than the Savers Club. The Savers Club is more like a membership where you get discount prices and things, but we don't want to do that because we don't fly that often. We're sticking with just the rewards program, and this is where you're going to build up points to get those free flights. So after you choose your flights, of course, you're going to have to fill out all your basic information, your phone number and your email address, and then you're ready for part 2, avoiding all the hidden fees. Now for this second part, that's where a lot of the hidden fees come in. They're pretty obvious about what the fees are. Like if you pick a seat, it will have the price number on it. If you're checking bags, they say how much it is to check the bags. The only thing is, if you're checking a bag or if you're paying for a seat, they are gonna charge you both ways. So if it's $20, you're gonna get charged $40 for a round trip flight. Same with the bags. If you're paying $45 to check a bag, obviously you have to check it on the way back too, which is also another $45. So this is where the hidden fees come in, because so I don't know if people think that that's what it is for a round trip or something, but no, you're paying per flight. So think of them as all individual flights that you take. So Spirit is going to ask you if you want to join their Savers Club, and with this membership, it's a yearly membership and you get a discount off of the regular prices. So they show you how much you're going to save if you do that. But if you don't fly that often, it's not really worth it just for the one flight. Where I'm concerned, this is a big hidden charge. Next up, we've got your luggage. So I don't pay for bags most of the time. Again, I'm usually going away for like 3 or 4 days. So I can easily fit enough like bikinis and flip-flops easily fit into a book bag. But even if you do end up paying for bags, you'll see that the carry-on and a check bag are the same price. So if you do need to check a bag, it's still going to end up being cheaper than one of the bigger airlines that they're all starting to charge for bags also. So just keep that in mind while you're looking at flights. I don't think it's worth it to pay for seat assignments unless you're trying to get that extra leg room, then maybe it's worth it. But I just think it's kind of a waste, because most of the time I feel like Spirit does a good job of, if you book with another person, they tend to put people together who book together. So, I mean, you might have a middle seat, but other than that, you'll be in the same row, at least in my experience. Wi-Fi, this is silly to charge for, because in this day and age, you can just download stuff to Hulu or Netflix and watch that. This one I feel is so funny to me, because who wants to get on the plane like before everybody else? Like, you already have a seat assignment. You already know where you're sitting. This doesn't make any sense. And then to skip the line through security, TSA I think is only $100 for 5 years. So you're better off just doing that TSA pre-check than doing $10 every time you fly with Spirit. Something that I do like that Spirit does is they have this bundles idea. If you want to bundle a couple different things together, I don't need a seat selection, but sometimes they'll hit you with something like this, and it's just kind of like an incentive to get you to purchase the deal. If it is cheaper to get a couple different perks, it's totally worth it to just do it that way. So I suggest when they give you that little pop-up, see if it's worth it and take advantage. Otherwise, if you are going to use those kind of incentives, I really suggest using one of the bundles because as you can see, it's way cheaper than doing everything separately. The thing that I love the most about flying with Spirit is that they have a really good point system. For every dollar that you spend, you get 6 points. So that adds up really fast. If you fly for like 2,500 miles, what other airline have you heard of? Like most of them, you have to have like 10,000 points or like 15,000 points. This one, you can get a flight for 2,500. Whenever you spend money using your rewards number, you actually get 12 points. So anytime you do check a bag, that counts as 12 points per $1. Isn't that crazy? So like seats, if you decide to buy a seat, if you decide to check bags, all those are going to go towards a new flight that will be free because some of them are only 2,500 points. All you have to do is like bounce around within their algorithm and you can easily find these cheaper flights. I mean, where else can you get a $25 flight? Where else can you get a $40 flight? Like that doesn't exist with other airlines. Now, when I say you can fly Spirit when you're broke, I'm being serious. Like if you use a program like Uplift, which they have attached when you check out, your payments can be as low as like $20. I've had payments personally as low as $8 a month if I space it out long term. And sometimes when I just don't have that money up front, I just do this and it makes it so much easier, and you just set it up to your bank account or your credit card, whatever, and it'll just automatically pay monthly. And of course there's like an interest involved with it, but if you want to learn more about that, I have a whole video on it, so I'll leave that here for you guys. In the meantime, here is your check-in process with Spirit. That'll just give you an idea what to expect once you get to the airport. Just when you think you've made it through all the hard part, there are still some hidden fees to watch out for here. So if you decided all of a sudden you do need a bag, it's going to be really expensive to get it at the gate. So I suggest going back into your reservation and adding the bag to your reservation. It's still going to be a little more expensive than it was originally when you booked the ticket, but this is going to be way cheaper than going to the gate and paying for it at the gate. The other place where they get you is they charge you $25 a person to help you at check-in. So we're not doing that. I'm going to show you now how to do it through the kiosk. So avoid this line like the plague. We're not going over there. We're going straight to the machines over here. Now, as you check in, it's a really easy process. You just have to put your confirmation code is what I find to be the easiest. That's going to take you to this screen. And this is where you can add your badge tags and also print a copy of your boarding pass for yourself. This part just says you don't have any hazardous materials. And then you just wait as everything prints out down below here. And then they'll be really nice and tell you where your gate is and what time you're boarding. If you have a bag, you're gonna have to put the bag tag on it and drop it off, and then you're free to go through security. You've done it, you've checked in. Congratulations, welcome to your Spirit Airlines flight. Now let me show you what to expect while you're on the plane. This is what your seat back is gonna look like. As you can see, there's no TV or anything, and the tray is on the tiny side. Now this was actually pretty big for a Spirit plane because most of them, they just have a shoestring there for you to put your water bottle and things. This one had an actual pocket, but the tray is still the same size. It's about as big as your hand, and you don't really have much leg room. But this was the Airbus A320, just so you know. And I got really lucky because I had nobody sitting next to me for the whole flight, so I had the whole row to myself to make this video and show you guys what the airplane looks like. And you know your girl had to show you the bathroom too. This is like every basic airport bathroom you've ever been in, guys. It's just nothing special. No smoking signs everywhere, the typical. But I do think it's funny that a lot of these planes still have like an ashtray. It's so weird. And as you know and have heard, the aisles are really tiny. As you can see, it's like, like about a foot in between people, basically. But otherwise, the planes are really well regulated. It's not like too hot, not too cold. It's just right. And here's an idea of the pricing if you need a snack or if you just need a drink to get you through your flight. And just keep in mind, they do not accept cash. They only accept credit cards. And if you have the Spirit credit card, you get a whole bunch of different discounts and things like that. And that should give you a general idea of what it's like to fly Spirit. My Spirit Airlines video has been blowing up, so I wanted to make a 2024 follow-up because I still love Spirit. I think they're the best budget option out there. If you want more tips on Spirit Airlines, you can watch that original video I was talking about. A lot of those tips still hold true. For example, how to use your baggage tag, how to use it out of the machine, stuff like that. If you guys want some more budget travel tips, make sure you check out this playlist and make sure you check out this video because it's the one that YouTube thinks you need to watch next. So why not listen to YouTube? I'll see you there.